Stage 5, an elegant servant for the Scarlet Moon. Background music is made in Pocket Watch of Blood. It seems like we're getting close to whoever is the cause of this incident, and we just have to fight through a bit more before we can get to them. So Stage 5 is going to be a little bit shorter than Stage 4 was, but that does not mean that it's going to be any easier. This stage can get really intense at times, and it doesn't really let up, so you're going to want to be on your toes as much as possible. So you might notice that these fairies are coming from the top and shooting these aimed circle shots at me. You're going to want to wait until the very last second before you dodge out of the way, so that they come out as straight as possible and so that they're much easier to dodge. If you notice here, I move around a bit too much and I have to bomb to save myself. Like I said, this stage can get kind of intense, so it could pay off for you to practice it a bit more than you do the other stages, just so you memorize it and can save yourself the bombs and the trouble. So here's the mid-boss, and my least favorite non-spell of the game, and probably one of the harder ones too. What you have to do is squeeze in between the kunai and the knives as they pass each other. There's really little room for error with this, and you just have to kind of do it perfectly. I guess that's the theme of this stage, and kind of the theme of the boss as well. So here's your spell card, Strange Art, Misdirection. This one is really easy to get through without bombing or dying, but it's really hard to capture, and trust me, you're probably going to want to capture this one since he is the Stage 5 mid-boss. She is going to drop an extra life. With Reimu, you should be able to do it fine, but if you're playing as Marissa, you might want to consider possibly using a bomb in order to end her life bar quickly enough in order to get the extra life. So after the mid-boss, there's going to be a pretty intense wave of bullets that come your way. Some people like to get to one of the sides so that you're at least taking out one of the groups of fairies before they can even appear on the screen. So after that, there's going to be more of these circle shot fairies. You're going to want to deal with them same as before, just by moving gradually to the side, like this. And if you can believe it, this is actually the end of this stage. Like I said before, this one's pretty short. Let's head on to the boss. This is the maid of the Scarlet Devil Mansion, Sakuya Izayoi. Her theme is Lunar Clock, Luna Dial. So this is probably my favorite fight in this game. Sakuya is a really cool character. She has a really interesting gimmick to all of her spell cards. All of her patterns are really fun, and this theme for this boss fight is just really awesome. Here's what's written in Sakuya's profile. Ability, Time Manipulation. 5th stage boss. Plays the role of a human maid about 10 to 20 years old. That power of hers distances her from the human race. She's given up on trying to be friendly to ordinary people. She does not care about honor or power. She thinks so long as it earns her dinner, being the Scarlet Devil Mansion's maid, is fine. She's the chief of the Scarlet Devil Mansion maids and cleaning staff, and always takes advantage of her ability to stop time whenever she's working. If she cleans when time is stopped, it won't raise any dust. Here's your first spell card, Illusion Existence, Clock Corpse. So now we finally get to see what Sakuya's true power is. For all of her spell cards, she's going to stop time and stop your movement in order to throw out a bunch of knives. You're going to want to use this time when time is stopped to figure out where you're going to need to go when things start moving again. For this spell card, you're going to want to move to the side in order to dodge the knives that are aimed directly at you and to follow the path that the knives create. I also recommend that you try and stay in front of her as much as possible. So, her profile didn't make too much importance of it, but Sakuya is actually the only resident of the Scarlet Devil Mansion and the only boss in this game that is human. All the others are yokai of various species and origins, but Sakuya is 100% human. Although her origins, where she came from, why she's working at the Scarlet Devil Mansion, where her powers come from, and even her age are all up for debate among the fanbase. She's also one of the more famous characters in the Touhou series. She appears as a playable character in a lot of the later games, and she appears in a lot of the printed works as well. Here's your second spell card, Illusion Image, Luna Clock. It's very similar to her first spell card, but with these green knives added into the mix that will move in random directions. So you're gonna have to be a little more cautious and aware of what's around you. You're gonna have to pay more attention to where you're moving to and where it's safe to dodge to. So we're only gonna see Sakuya's stop time in this boss fight, but as her profile says, her ability allows her to completely manipulate time. Meaning she can not only stop time, but she can speed up, slow down, even rewind time if she wanted to. A lot of people seem to think she's a reference to Dio from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, since Dio's stay in the world also allows him to stop time, and he's rather fond of throwing knives. This is her third and final spell card, Maid's Secret Skill, Marionette. This one has no real strategy to it. The knives move seemingly at random and even bounce off the walls at times. The best you can really do here is pay attention to what's coming at you and try not to get boxed in. And as always, don't be afraid to bomb if you need to. That's it for stage 5. See you guys at the final stage.
The world! 無駄無駄無駄無駄！うれー！